Hi everyone! Today we're going to be taking a look at more symbolism, and we're mainly going to be focusing on the World Cup again. But we will be talking about other things as well, such as the actress Elizabeth Olsen. Now, right here, I have the score of the first match in this year's World Cup. And it was a game where it was Russia versus Saudi Arabia. Now, the green is for Islam rising up. Now, basically, the score was 5-0. Now, that 5, that's for the 5th age of the Bible, and when the 5th angel, known as Satan, shows up on the earth, when he's released from his pit. So, basically, the pit is another name for hell. Now, Robbie Williams, he's seen as your Satan character. That's why he wears red, because Satan's skin is red. Now, who knows, maybe he is really possessed by Satan. Like, when he's singing, and maybe even, like, when he's speaking, like, in his day-to-day life. Don't get me wrong, Robbie's a good singer and he's a good entertainer, but if he really was possessed by Satan, very few of us would actually know. Like, he probably doesn't even know himself. So, at the World Cup opening ceremony, he sang the Angel's Song with this woman. Now, this woman represents the Revelation 12 woman, who is seen as an angelic woman. So you have the angel's song being sang by the angelic woman and by Robbie. So, you see how she's an angel, but he's also an angel. Because she's a good angel and he's an evil angel. Because he's a fallen angel. Because Satan is a fallen angel. But it's entirely possible, like, if Satan isn't possessing Robbie, then Robbie could be a different fallen angel entirely. So he sang the lyrics, "Oh, she offers me protection, a lot of love and affection, whether I'm right or wrong." So she is protecting Satan Robbie, whether he's right or wrong in what he's doing. So he could be a mass murderer, and she would still protect him. Like, that's the reality here. Like, this whole world protects Satan without even knowing it. Well, there are a select group of people who do know that they're protecting Satan, and they're basically the rich freemasons of this world, and they're part of the elite. People like Obama and Trump. Even Robbie himself. So, speaking of Obama, check out this news story here. The only school named for a Confederate general in the former capital of the Confederacy is officially being renamed for Barack Obama. This represents Obama rising back up, just like the Groxt One always talks about. Elizabeth Olsen, she represents the Revelation 12 woman as well. She represents the angelic woman. And maybe Uri Plaza does as well. So, this represents Gaynus rising up because she's slapping her butt. So, basically, it goes back to my previous video where I showed that picture of Elizabeth Olsen with the banana. Because it's all to do with sexual innuendos, because the banana represents a penis. So, like, the picture of Elizabeth Olsen with the banana and this gif right here where she's slapping Aubrey Plaza's butt, it's all to make you lust after her, even more than you already do. Because they want you to worship her as a goddess. The Illuminati and Freemasons want you to do that. Like, they don't want you to go out and meet a random woman face to face. They want you to stay at home, browse the internet constantly, so they can brainwash you even more than they already have. And they just want you to worship a select group of people. These elite people with loads of money. They have pre-selected who they want to be gods and goddesses. And anybody who deviates from that will be cast aside. Or they'll just be, they'll just try and brainwash them more than they already have. So, basically, there are very few people on this planet that have managed to not be brainwashed in the first place. There are some people, like me and the Groxt and Alex Langland, that have managed to shake off the brainwashing. But I'm very worried that at some point they will just, like, bring us round to their way of thinking again. Because it's very hard to resist control. Remember in a recent video where I showed this Twitter page? And again, the symbolism of gayness rising up. So, even with these money supermarket commercials, you see gayness rising up as well. Well, the gay agenda that they're trying to push, the Illuminati and Freemasons. So, they're making your heroes like He-Man and Action Man, and they're turning them gay. Which is absolutely absurd, because Action Man has a girlfriend, Natalie. And He-Man has a girlfriend, Teela. So they're trying to corrupt your mind, and they're trying to corrupt your heroes. Like, it really wouldn't surprise me, like, in the future, if I lived to the age of 60, like, they'll start doing money supermarket adverts with the likes of the Avengers, like Captain America, Iron Man, Thor, and they'll probably make them out to be gay as well, when they quite obviously are.
Your soul money supermarket.
Base to Action Man. What is your status? Over.
I just saved a money supermarket, and now I feel epic. Over. Barney's supermarket.
So yeah, you've all heard the rumours about Navy people being gay, and that, well, obviously there's straight people and gay people in the Army and Navy, but, you know, I mean, so, basically, like, I don't get this whole thing about Elizabeth Olsen. Like, is she bisexual or is she straight? Like, her doing this suggests to me that she's bisexual. And of course, there's nothing wrong with that. That's absolutely awesome if she is. But why not just be straight up and admit it to the public? Also, like, if she's willing to slap a woman's butt like this, why isn't she willing to wear the gypsy outfit in the Marvel movies? I'm talking about the gypsy outfit the Scarlet Witch wears in the comics. So, like, and also, like, she does, like, photo shoots where she's wearing next to nothing, and she's even done a movie where she shows her boobs. So I don't see why she's making a big deal out of it, saying that the comic costumes aren't cool, when in reality the comic costumes are cool. They're actually cooler than the MCU costumes, in my opinion. Like, and to be honest, I think it's a bit of an insult to Jack Kirby and Stan Lee, some of the comments she's been saying. I know they wouldn't take offence to it because they're cool and laid back. Just like Elizabeth is to a certain extent. But obviously she would be even cooler and even more laid back and even more chilled out if she actually, like, wore the gypsy outfit. Like, at the moment, like, Olivia Munn, who plays Psylocke, it seems to be more laid back and chilled out because, like, she wore the Psylocke outfit in X-Men Apocalypse, and she's even wore a she's even wore a Slave Leia outfit as well.